Hi, my name's Lauren Smith, and I wrote my term paper on apple cider vinegar production and health benefits. Apple cider vinegar is a type of vinegar that is made from apples. First, apples are pressed into apple juice, turned into hard cider or alcoholic cider, and then turned into vinegar. Vinegar has dated back to over 10,000 years ago and has been sold as a commercial product for about 5,000 years. In America, the first apple orchard was produced around 1623 and credited to an Englishman named William Blackstone. By 1775, 10% of all New England farms owned and operated cider milling and pressing machinery. John Chapman, or as some might know as Johnny Appleseed, became known by sharing apple seeds with frontier settlers and planting them himself from Pennsylvania to Ohio and Indiana. In the 18th and 19th centuries, American farmers would drink apple cider vinegar as an energizing tonic and dilute it with fruit juice. This drink became known as switchels. In rural areas, apple cider and apple cider vinegar became a common unit of exchange because of how available it was. Many farmers would produce more than they needed to help pay for doctors, teachers, and even clergy. Now, apple cider vinegar is one of the most common vinegars available and has a wide range of uses, from health benefits and cooking to even household use. In the market, you can purchase conventional apple cider vinegar, organic, pasteurized, unpasteurized, filtered or non-filtered, and with or without the mother. Acetobacter is a genus of acetic acid bacteria that was first introduced in 1898. It is present in the air and also found on fruits and vegetables. It is able to oxidize lactate and acetate into carbon dioxide and water. The choice of culture for apple cider vinegar depends on the vinegar production method. The species of Acetobacter aceti is considered to be the vinegar bacterium. This is because it is the most common species to use in pure culture processes that is also found in natural vinegar fermentations. It is difficult to isolate and identify the species of acetic acid bacteria. There are many methods, but some are easier to perform than others, and some also depend on more experienced lab equipment. Acetic acid bacteria are gram-negative, aerobic, non-spore-forming, ellipsoidal to rod-shaped cells that can occur singly, in pairs, or chains. The optimum pH for growth of acetic acid bacteria is 5 to 6.5, but they can also grow at 3 to 4 pH. They are resistant to acidic environments under 5 pH. The taxonomy of acetic acid bacteria has not been fully established, and group rearrangements are still in progress. Apple cider production. The production of apple cider starts with fully ripe apples. They are then milled and pressed. Saccharomyces pastorianus and Saccharomyces bianus are used most often as a mixture to inoculate. Fermentations are complete in about 2 weeks. Malolactic fermentation occurs and is where malic acid decarboxylated to lactic acid and reduces the acidity of the apple juice. Color and flavor, as you'd imagine, are important characteristics to the production of apple cider. Oxidation of polyphenols in the juice is what gives apple cider its color. During fermentation, the color will decrease due to the reduction of yeast. The flavor depends on the apple cultivars used, and slower fermentation rates are associated with better flavor since levels of 2-phenylethanol may increase. The cider is then clarified, filtered, pasteurized, and carbonated if desired, and not going forward with apple cider vinegar production before it is packed. Apple cider vinegar production. There are 2 methods used for apple cider vinegar production. The surface method, in which acetic acid bacteria grows on the surface of wood shavings and provides oxygen at the surface. And then submerged method, that is used to accelerate production, by which oxygen is supplied in the fermentation process. The submerged method is used more commonly commercially. Oxygen supplies acetic acid bacteria continuously by flushing through air bubbles. The enzymes that oxidize ethanol to acetic acid are alcohol dehydrogenase and aldehyde dehydrogenase. Organic versus conventional apple cider vinegar. In one study that compared acetic acid bacterial microbiota in organic versus conventional apple cider vinegar, it was shown that the organic apple cider vinegar had a larger, more diverse microbiota, and that this could influence the chemical composition and sensorial quality of the vinegar. Here is a table that I'll show you next that shows the different species that were found in organic versus conventional apple cider vinegar. As you can see, the organic apple cider vinegar has many more species than the conventional, and this shows that organic apple cider vinegar may have more health benefits. There are several problems and challenges associated with apple cider and apple cider vinegar production. The first is called cider sickness. It's an infection through Zymomonas anaerobia. This gives an off aroma and a white turbidity or cloudiness to the product. The second is mousiness. This is a flavor issue that reacts with compounds of saliva. Another one is called ropiness. This is actually an oily appearance that occurs due to lactic acid bacteria having polymeric glucan capabilities. Another problem associated with apple cider production is the production of methanol. This results from the hydrolysis of fruit pectin by pectin methylesterase. In the U.S., there is a tolerance of 0.35% by volume, and it's a health concern because consumption can cause metabolic acidosis. A problem with apple cider vinegar production is spoilage. Moniliella acidobutans is a fungus that has been known to spoil raw vinegars. And also vinegar eels, these are free-living nematodes that are classified by Anguillula aceti. This only affects the quality and it's not a safety issue. So the FDA actually does not have a standard of identity for apple cider vinegar, except in 1906, a court decision was that the Supreme Court, in the case of the United States versus 95 barrels, more or less, alleged apple cider vinegar, in which the Supreme Court held that vinegar made from dried apples was not the same as that which would have been produced from the apples without dehydration, and that the name apple cider vinegar did not represent the article to be what it really was. Health benefits. So one health benefit is antimicrobial benefits make apple cider vinegar good for household cleaning, treating nail fungus, warts, ear infections, head lice, among other things. The organic acids in vinegar and acetic acid pass into cell membranes of microorganisms, leading to bacterial cell death. Another health benefit, the antioxidant effects are thought to come bioactive substances such as polyphenols and vitamins that defend against oxidative stress and may reduce incidence of degenerative illnesses. I'll show you a graph next that shows the total antioxidant activity of vinegar samples. It shows that the surface method, including maceration of fruit, had the highest activity, with submersion method having the lowest total antioxidant activity. Apple cider vinegar also contains high levels of chlorogenic acid, which could prevent cardiovascular diseases. Other uses of apple cider vinegar, as I mentioned some previously, household cleaner. It can be used as a weed killer. It can be used to neutralize odors. Some people use it as a fruit and vegetable wash or even to balance your scalp pH. Some as a facial toner to prevent breakouts. Whiten teeth, reduce foot odor, remove warts, and of course for cooking, making salad dressings, and preserving foods. Apple cider vinegar in the market. So as you can see from the slide that I'll show, there's apple cider vinegar, organic, conventional, filtered, which is more cloudy, versus the clear that is filtered with and without the mother. A more famous brand that you might have heard of is Bragg. They even produce apple cider vinegar drinks that are mixed with fruit juices or juice concentrates with a lower level of vinegar so that you're not drinking straight vinegar and you can actually drink it as a drink, and a lot of people perceive these drinks to have the mentioned health benefits. You can also buy apple cider vinegar tablets, similar to something that you might take by tablet form every day, like a multivitamin, and even apple cider vinegar powder. So that's it for my term paper. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. Thank you.